Hello and welcome. Welcome to our module on endpoint detection and response, or EDR, using the LevelBlue Agent with USM Anywhere. The LevelBlue Agent is a lightweight endpoint agent that enables endpoint detection and monitoring with central management, contributing to complete and effective threat visibility, detection, and compliance. The agent is easy to install, has a small footprint, and can be installed on Microsoft Windows, Apple Mac OS, and Linux assets. The LevelBlue agent is based on OS query and communicates over an encrypted channel to send data directly to the USM Anywhere service, bypassing the USM Anywhere sensor. It also buffers data locally when the connection to USM Anywhere is unavailable. USM Anywhere includes out-of-the-box LevelBlue agent configuration profiles to manage the queries that it runs for an asset associated with a deployed agent. A configuration profile determines the amount and frequency of data collection, which is performed by predetermined queries, which we will see in the upcoming demo. In Windows, for example, the optimized profile reduces data consumption by modifying the Windows events query to retrieve only the event types that impact threat detection. The optimized profile in Linux reduces data consumption by not collecting syslog data and filtering certain process and socket events that are not correlated with alarms. In other words, storing only events which are part of alarms. Let's now take a look at these items in action and install the Linux and Windows agents from scratch. So let's switch over to USM Anywhere. Here we are in our USM Anywhere, and let's take a look at our pristine instance starting at the Assets page, where we can see that we don't have any assets, nor do we have any events. So let's switch over to the Events page, and we don't have any events. We also don't have a sensor, nor do we have the dashboard for the agents. Here on the agents page, we can also see that we don't have any agents installed. To install the LevelBlue agent, we need to run the appropriate deployment script, and the agent will automatically register with your USM Anywhere environment. Here, I'm going to click on the Linux deployment script, and we have two choices. With the multiple assets script, I can download and install the agent with a unique install string that includes the node ID of this USM Anywhere instance, as well as the download and installation using this set of commands here. You must also select your package manager to install the agent, for example, Debian-based system or Red Hat-based installer. The other choice is the single asset installation, where you select the existing asset first. You can search for it or you can browse to it, but in our case, we don't have any assets in this instance. So let's copy the multiple assets script and paste it into the command line interface of the Linux One asset. I go down here and copy to clipboard, switch to my Linux machine, and right click. I'm going to press enter, and I have to enter my sudo password to allow me to install the software. Remember that the login credentials that you use have to have sudo privileges in Linux and Mac OS. The command has finished running, and we can see that it did install the OS query service, and it also restarted it. Let's switch over to USM Anywhere so we can look at our new asset. It's going to take a few minutes to show up in this page, so I'm going to pause the video and come back. After a few minutes, we will see that we have a message here to associate agents with assets. I'm going to click on this link and then select my Linux asset, which has been detected. And I'm going to click here on Create New Asset. Let's now switch over to the Assets page under Environment so we can take a look at our newly discovered asset. Here on the right, we can see the asset name now, and it has some events that are coming in. Let's switch over to the Activity Events page. And notice here on the right that we have several different events. And on the left side here, we have the data source of LevelBlue Agent. Go up to the dashboards and see that a brand new dashboard has been created after the installation of that Linux One agent. Under data sources, agents, overview, we'll see that we are now seeing the agent installed. We see the Linux platform, the status is online, and it has the current version of that agent. Let's now install the Windows agent by going to Deployment Scripts. Here is also the prerequisites page for all the agents. In our case, we're going to click on the Windows deployment script. And again, we have the two tabs for multiple assets or a single asset. Keeping in mind that single asset means the agent or the asset rather is already in your assets page. In our case, the Windows machine is not there. So we're going to copy this PowerShell script to the clipboard and go to our Windows machine, open a PowerShell window, and paste that script. I'm going to press enter. And remember, you have to run this script as administrator. On the left, you can see it's downloading and installing Sysmon as well. See, Sysmon adds more verbosity to these different logs. Also, you see at the bottom, OS Query has been installed as well, and it has been started. Let's now switch over to USM Anywhere and see where our new Windows asset is going to be showing up, which is going to be in this overview page. So let's wait a few more minutes until we see the message that our new asset has been detected. After a few minutes, we will see this message that the asset has been detected. So I'm going to associate that. Same thing, I'm going to select it and then click on this Associate Agents with Asset link. And then here on the left, create a new asset. You can also click View Asset. And here it is. We have all the information for Windows Asset. Let's switch over to the Events page, see if we are receiving any events yet. Let's refresh the page. And after a few seconds, we'll start seeing some of these Windows events come in. You can also select the source asset as Windows and see that we are receiving all those different events. Let's go back to Data Sources, Agents, Overview, and see that we have two online agents, one Linux and one Windows. Also, here they are, the configuration profiles. Remember that Linux and Windows come with the optimized profile, which means that it's going to optimize your data consumption. If we open the Linux optimized profile, we'll see the different queries that are performed by this agent. If we switch to the File Integrity tab, we'll see all the different paths of the different directories that are being monitored by the agent. You go to the top, go back to Agent Profiles, and look at the Windows optimized profile. We'll see that it has the same tabs here. We have the queries that are being performed, and on the right, you also see the interval. We'll have the file integrity monitoring, which is the paths, the different directory structures that are being monitored, as well as the different types of log collection that are being performed. Thank you so much for watching.